This is a disclaimer. During the recording of this episode, the Norm experienced some technical difficulties with their microphones. Listeners might experience some static noises. As the segment continues with Negro Jump, there might end up being some dead zones. We apologize for the inconvenience. Now, back to the episode.
Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young JRPG Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy, KL, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to the Hyperbolic Podcast. And today we're doing a little something special. We're doing a little collab with our boy, Jarrod, on
the Negro Jump Podcast, the host of the Negro Jump Podcast.
Yes, sir. He took time of his day to come join us on this pod. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bros? What's up, bros? How y'all doing, man? Thanks again for reaching out. Appreciate this.
Hey, man, no problem, bro. We couldn't have a better guest than you.
Yeah, bro.
Thanks, man.
We're trying to take over this anime podcast game, and we got to do it with like-minded anime podcasters, you know?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that look.
Damn. All right. Well, today's segment, man, we are jumping into the shadows.
Into the shadows?
Into the shadows. We're going to talk about a phenomenon that took over the web novel, exploded as a man-one sensation, and finally claimed its rightful place in the anime world. Get ready to break down the story of Sung Jin-woo and Solo Leveling, the weakest hunter turned unstoppable powerhouse. We'll explore the insane art styles, the jaw-dropping fight scenes, and why this series has captured the hearts of fans all over the world. Grab your gear, check your mana levels, and let's start leveling up.
Wow, very well articulated. How'd you come up with that?
It took some time, bro. Took some time, bro.
Yeah, he put the pencil to pad on it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Let's level up. Let's level up, bro.
That pencil icon's really, you know. So like Kid Lewis said, we are going to be talking about solo leveling in this episode. We do have an episode already on season 1, so check that out on the channel. But we're going to be talking about season 2 with the Negro Jump Podcast and, you know, see if it has room in this space for the big 3. Because
I've been hearing it a lot.
Technically, it's not shonen. Technically, it's not isekai, but, you know, we will get into it. Also, on this episode, we're going to be talking about South Korea addresses and announces the anime boom for the next 5 years. PlayStation and Webtoons team up, and South Korean manhwa is getting a second season series that kind of went straight from manhwa to live action. So it's a very Webtoon heavy episode today.
Perfect.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, remember to leave us 5-star reviews with that compliment sandwich. There are going to be time codes below. And just leave us a like for the Negro Jump Podcast, bro.
Yes, sir. Follow their stuff, bro.
Follow their stuff, bro. They got good shit.
I was telling X I was listening to your podcast the other day, and I was listening to your Sailor Moon episode.
Yeah, Sailor Moon at 6 in the morning.
Bro, I was fucking cracking up, bro.
Yeah.
You had a rapper on there, I think?
Yeah. Yep.
Shauna Moon.
Yeah, man.
Are they both rappers?
No, I think one's a singer, right? Because you had a female on there, too.
Yeah.
You said that you met her during a Sailor Moon...
Right, yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
So Shauna being the only woman there, yeah. She's the rapper I met at the
okay.
Day party.
And the other guys who was making you crack up, right?
The other guy was making me crack up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gastor Almonte and Derek Gonzalez, both from New York City comedians. So yeah.
Oh man, they had me rolling, bro. Yeah. And then they have that New York accent, bro. That's just
very familiar.
And then when they just keep talking about Sailor Moon, and you think about like people from New York watching Sailor Moon and shit, especially growing up from the streets, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, you don't gotta be a nerd to watch Sailor Moon. Just
it's so interesting now speaking to people when they're like yeah, I used to watch Sailor Moon. I'm
right.
Like, well, where were y'all at? Like even going back to our very first guest, Andre Thompson, another native New Yorker.
Yeah.
When I would talk to him about anime, he said, "What do you think? You was the only one watching?" I'm like, "Nah, clearly I wasn't. I could find some people, but for it to be this amount of people, I was just around this whole time and nobody said nothing."
Because I tell Xavier all the time, bro, I feel like growing up, that was just something that you just kept low key it wasn't very popular to talk about to begin with. And if you did talk about it, you were kind of considered like lame or like, what you doing watching cartoons, Japanese cartoons on top of that?
I don't know. So I don't know if it's different, because I come from Miami, but the people that I've hung around, they all watched anime.
You were nerds from the very
I was a nerd, and the people that, was like judging me for watching anime, I wasn't really rocking with those people anyways.
That's true.
But like
the people I was rocking with just didn't watch anime. That's what I had like two different sets of friend group. I had like the hangout, drink, smoke, get into trouble, and then I had my like anime group where we talk about anime, Naruto, Shippuden, whatever was hopping on at that time frame. So I was like in the middle of both worlds. But that's just me though.
I can relate to that. Especially in high school when I came from tiny high school. So I did nothing but talk to everybody. And made multiple groups. I maybe had one or two people that might have knew of anime. Mm-hmm. And that was about it. And like I was always the one introducing somebody to like a One Piece or Bleach, or having friends and being like somebody giving me a CD-ROM. I'm dating myself here.
Right. No, I get that too.
And they loaded it up with manga. Like I never.
Oh, really?
I didn't understand. Oh. Yeah, I did. Like thinking back on it now, when he was telling me about it.
Yeah.
I just remember us connected on anime. He was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring you some shit." I'm just like, "All right." But it was a CD-ROM with manga on it.
Wow. Yo, that's crazy.
One of them was Bleach. And I remember him describing it to me. He was like, "It's his kid's big ass sword." He like
just slicing the head.
Yeah, he's making sound effects. I was like, yo, that sounds hard. So, but like I never actually got to like read it because I didn't know how to go about doing that, like from a PC. It's like I knew how to like put it in and then maybe look at the files, but I didn't know what program to like read to like pull up the images and like go through it like a slasher. So yeah, it's I enjoy it that anime is so open now and people.
Yeah, some people kind of gatekeep. They're like, "Oh, where were you when we were, doing the Naruto run in the gymnasium?" It's like, I mean,
I was watching from the outside.
That's still pretty weird.
I knew what you guys were doing. I knew what you were doing. I just didn't want to be a part of it at that moment.
Yeah, like
matter of fact, I wouldn't even be a part of it now, bro. I don't see myself doing the Naruto run.
Right,
and
not really.
I'm too old right now, bro. My knees don't do that. The way my balance is, I might just fall face forward, bro.
Right. You both hands in front, actually.
It's levels to it. Like there was one guy that wore an Akatsuki robe almost every other day at school.
Really?
Low key, I would have been like, yo, that's fire as fuck.
Right.
But I would have been like,
I didn't say nothing.
I didn't say. I was like, that's you, bro.
Really say anything? Yeah, it was clean. It was clean. It was like, I didn't even feel like wearing a jacket today.
Yeah.
I'm chilly.
No, man, I had a positive anime experience growing up. Like I used to watch Case Closed with my mom. We used to watch cause she was into like NCSI Miami and Law and Order, all the stuff. So then we watched Case Closed dubbed in English, and we would try to like figure it out before the episode was over. I remember we would TiVo it. I had like a list of Case Closed episodes on my TiVo.
Yo, the first episode of Case Closed I saw was the one when they're in the cabin in the woods.
There's so many episodes. The cabin in the woods.
It's a two-parter.
Yeah.
They're in the woods, and then somebody ended up getting murked. And then you find out that this person that got murked, body actually got chopped up too by the murderer.
Wow.
And they kind of depict it, not him doing the act, but like this person walking around with a dismembered like body.
Right.
And I remember like getting to the end of that, I'm like, damn, that was heavy as shit. Like,
yeah, man, they would die. They would be murders. This is like a murder an episode. At least one murder an episode.
And it's a kid.
It's a kid. He's got like gadgets. He's got like a voice changer watch. He can fucking knock you out with a sleeping dart. He had like weird shoes that could like kick soccer balls hard as shit. He had like so much.
They in the woods. It's in the dark. It's a killer on the loose. And then what made it serious for me is when the killer, he cut the ropes to the bridge that got them to and from the cabin they were in. So it's just like, oh no, we here. Like,
yeah, somebody might die next. we're not
like,
safe.
Somebody's about to die. That's really, really cool. You got to watch Case closed with your mom.
Yeah, no, it was super nice. And that's just like one example, but like, and we talk about it. We have an episode. I didn't know Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh was anime. They were just my favorite shows, but then I found out that they were anime. So, so I thought also the same thing with Case Closed because I hadn't watched it in Japanese. I was watching it in English. But, nah, man, so. All right, let's do it, man. Last week's news today.
Yes, sir. Let us know what's going on.
All right, so first, in the realm of anime. So on April 24th this month, the South Korean Ministry for Culture, Sports, and Tourism, they announced their 5-year plan through 2030 for the animation industry promotion. Here, I'm going to just start with the numbers because this is what, They're planning on establishing a $15 million animation-focused fund this year, and they plan to expand it to $106 million by the end of 2029.
Okay.
So there's also incentives and reimbursements for domestic productions. All that kind of stuff was addressed, kind of like keeping the money in South Korea. Support for AI-based video content production and distribution. So they're kind of like trying to, get ahead of that kind of stuff. And, that stuff is kind of always controversial when you bring it up. But we were talking to somebody at the con about it. Like, does AI have a space in stuff like that?
It will eventually, bro.
You think so?
I feel like people might not be with it right now just because, especially like Studio Ghibli having a huge thing about people changing their images into a Studio Ghibli artwork or whatever. But I feel like we got to roll with the times, bro. You're either going to stay behind and be that one company that doesn't use AI, or you can use AI. I mean, it's beneficial. It helps get things done quicker. It doesn't have to like just... Maybe one day we'll have a anime made by AI.
Yeah, but is that what you want, though? What do you think?
If it's good?
If it's good, I mean, it's good.
If it's good, it's good.
What do you think? What do you think about AI's place in, like, anime and the development of anime?
I'm down for it to assist.
Right.
In a production. We've spoken about this before because and my joke on my 2 cents on it is that especially when it comes to like to anime in Japan, once AI is introduced like to that workspace, it's going to be like very, very clear. Like you work for me.
AI.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you don't run this like you.
Yeah. Like, till the AI turns on you. Nah, you work for me.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Japan's pretty honorable. We talk about it in the past, like about me sounding like a weeb or not. Whatever. I just gonna own it. I don't think that they would get lazy with it and cut corners. I do think there's a space for it, like, with maybe backgrounds or the shortcuts. I hope it doesn't take away jobs because towards the end of this, I'm going to show you their job initiative. But, I hope there is a space for it, I do think. But it does require some oversight or some sort of like...
Yeah, well look at now. Mm-hmm. So I've been reflecting right now this year because this year, for me specifically with anime,
yeah,
and I think is really like shonen heavy. That this is one of the best years of anime.
Wow, you think so? Okay.
Just off of what we have scheduled for the year. So as soon as the year started, we knew we were getting final season of Fire Force.
Right.
Yep.
The beginning of the end for Demon Slayer animated.
Yep. In movie form.
Final season of My Hero Academia.
Right.
Yep.
Jujutsu Kaisen is still in the mist somewhere. We know something's coming soon.
It's coming.
Because the series ended, a year ago now? A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Solo Level going crazy.
It is.
Going crazy. Everybody that mentions it was just like, this shit fire. I'm like, I believe you. I just want to give it its own proper time. Because like I'm loaded up right now. Because having a show like Kinnikuman, Man, Ultimate Muscle come back.
Okay.
On Netflix of all places. So you got that. Well, excuse me. And then also we got a Chainsaw Man movie.
Yep.
Kaiju number 8 movie coming out.
Yep.
It is a shonen heavy year. Shonen is, I don't want to say the trend, but shonen has just always kind of been, like the go-to. It's like the money-making thing.
It's bread and butter. It makes mad money. So, and then everything else in between that we get that I just don't even know about. So all of this is here, and then like since 2020, there's just been like a boom in anime. Things getting animated I wasn't even looking for. Things becoming available I've only seen in magazines.
Right.
So it's like tokusatsu, like the Japanese Power Rangers and Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
So much of that getting like anime adaptations now.
Yes,
So
and on Netflix. So I'm low-key a Kamen Rider fan. So my friend has kind of put me on. I'm more of an Ultraman fan than I am Kamen Rider. I'm not going to cap and like pretend I'm this big Kamen Rider fan. I do like Kamen Rider more than Power Rangers, but just
Kamen Rider my shit, man.
Kamen Rider's pretty nice. Kamen Rider's pretty nice. I wish I was more into it. I don't know. I just with the cards, I kind of.
There's more than just cards.
I know. There's a motorcycle.
So his forms are like a gummy bear.
The hero?
Wedding cake. Yes, the hero. Wow. Yes. He has a potato chip form. He uses it's so Japan. I would adapt in it. Yeah. It's like right now.
Oh yeah, you coming in and out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. It's like now they're having a hard time adapting. So to have like the super things like a Kamen Rider, you telling me the main superhero guy, he has a potato chip form. Like you want me to sell that to American kids? It's like all right, sure. Like get out of my office.
Does it come with potato chips? Can I sell this to Lay's?
Yeah, like it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But
anime is weird in general. You know what I mean? Like it has its little
different.
quirks and perks. Like
yeah, but they try to normalize it when they bring it to us. They One Piece,
it's the goofiness.
Naruto, Bleach, all that kind of stuff.
It's the goofiness, man.
Try to dumb it down with the censorship, like Pokemon.
Yes. Yeah, take the nuance away. Just good guys and bad guys, you know? Mewtwo is a bad guy. Don't give him any nuance. Don't paint him as a tragic hero. He's the bad guy.
Right.
I guess. Well, so South Korea is trying to jump on, I don't want to say the bandwagon, but they know that they have a big boom coming with their webtoons, and they kind of want to be the ones to produce it because they kind of had to have another anime studio, a Japanese one, produce Solo Leveling. So, they collab or whatever.
They're trying to keep it in-house now?
They're trying to keep it in-house, especially with, we talk about on a different episode that Japan's population is declining, so they're having to go more international while South Korea is kind of like trying to start domestic and then go international. Yeah. But Solo Leveling just fucking, got in front of them and
it just blew up, bro. It really blew up.
So they're also having educational program enhancements for those wanting to make webtoons. And I wanted to ask you, Jay, do you currently read any webtoons? Is that on your docket at all? Not docket, on your watch list, read list?
No webtoons. I am familiar with them. I didn't know I was reading one years ago. I had my cousin who's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
Showed me God of High School back in like 2011.
Yes, we have an episode on it.
It's a webtoon.
It's a webtoon. I told you.
It's a webtoon.
Oh yeah, it is. We did a whole episode on it.
Reading it. I'm like, this is definitely original, but like, this is clean.
Right. It was super nice. It was
one of the best fight scenes.
I was surprised.
Hand-to-hand combat.
I was crazy surprised at that
It
anime.
was mean.
I wish the story was a little tighter though.
I took it for what it is. I just knew it was it was like it's like Tekken. Like Tekken has
God of High School is one of a top tier fighting anime.
Yeah.
Just the story. If the story was a little tighter, a little more coherent, I think it would have been like a
big three
moment. Maybe like a Solo Leveling moment kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But the fight scenes, bro, was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
That hand-to-hand combat. Oh, my God.
And the anime was produced by MAPPA, so in the early days, so kind of makes sense.
I was surprised that it got animated. When they announced it, I'm like,
yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, damn, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was on YouTube for a while, too. And I was just like, damn, this is kind of weird. That first one I saw on the outside, but then we did an episode on it because, it was back to school season. So we wanted to do an episode about school, kind of. But, man, I thought it was about school. It was about fighting.
Nah. It
had nothing to do with school. Let's just say that.
Not one class.
Not one fucking class. Not one notebook. I didn't see one goddamn pencil or pen.
Some more bats and wooden swords. And
yes, sir.
So the last thing about that, so the government is aiming to grow their anime industry domestic market size from about $780 million for where it's at right now to they wanted to get up to $1.35 billion by 2030 and expand their workforce from 6,400 people to 9,000. So they want to increase by just a little bit over 2,000 workers.
Yeah, not bad though.
Which I feel like is not that much.
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Slow and steady.
Yeah, I think you need more people than that, though.
Reach a level, a number that they can know they can reach. I wouldn't throw like just a big number just to fucking throw a big number.
Yeah.
Because if they don't reach it, then they look bad. You feel me? They're like, oh, so what happened to that plan?
Yeah,
They try to sound realistic.
I feel like that's it.
I think so. I think so. Realistic is the better word to say.
And then with AI on the way, who knows how much they'll be able to assist with like producing things. So
Also, because without jumping ahead, I do like solo leveling, so I do kind of want more webtoons. And we were just talking about God of High School. There's probably more webtoons, just like there's a million anime and manga that we don't know about that is great, that's sitting somewhere. There's like not twice as much, but there's just as much webtoons.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like we should get into webtoons more. I'm gonna start looking into it a little bit more.
I try to. I read manga on my phone, anyways. So that's the way webtoons are designed, to read on your phone, to scroll like an endless scrolling book. I just haven't really found. You take a chance.
I mean, the other webtoon I've been reading is Solo Leveling Ragnarok.
Right.
But that's like the sequel to Solo Leveling, I guess. Well,
yeah, that's just more solo leveling.
More solo leveling.
All right. So next, in the realm of video games. So starting on Tuesday, so for us it would be next Tuesday, but by the time the episode comes out, it'll be last Tuesday. But if you're listening to this, by now, PlayStation Plus premium users will now gain access to a subscription level of the English language server on Webtoon. So Webtoon and Sony are doing this collab. You have PlayStation Plus Premium, you get a subscription of Webtoon. If you already have a subscription of Webtoon, you get, I think it's 2 extra weeks of PlayStation Plus, which 2 extra weeks is like, it's not even a month subscription.
Nothing, bro.
This is not a bad deal now.
Right, it's not
It
bad.
don't sound that bad.
Right. Yeah, if you already have Webtoons, but yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus, I think that's just more benefits, man.
Yeah.
More incentive to get PlayStation Plus. And most of the Webtoons are free.
No. PlayStation Plus needs more tagged onto it. They're not giving me they're not.
Oh, you don't think so?
For the price point?
So that's going to be my next question is, how do you feel about PlayStation Plus and just subscription-based gaming? Because I know there's Xbox Game Pass, and some games come out new on Game Pass. But how would you feel about, if most games come out either on a subscription,
It's not a terrible idea. Mm-hmm. Me being us mentioning Webtoons and Sony working together.
Right.
Crunchyroll and Netflix both have gaming now.
Right.
So on these 2 separate apps I have on my phone, I can now access games like the TMNT beat 'em up, or a game I actually want to play, River City Girls 2.
That game is good, man. That game is good. That's a free game on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is what y'all meant by gaming. It's like you already have the subscription.
Yep.
Now it's just here. But I was a PSN subscriber for about almost 3 years.
Okay.
But then I got tired of it about last year because I'm like, I have all these games now because of y'all. So like, I appreciate you. All these nice games, like I don't have to pay full price for because now I got it.
Right.
But now they're locked behind the internet. So now I'm bummed out being like, I'm such a hardcore landline. Like I don't need the internet to really entertain myself like that. Like I keep the pirated files on deck on a hard drive somewhere.
Right.
If the internet does go out, I got Dark Tournament 2. I got season 2. Yu Yu Hakusho somewhere. So like I'm good. But after a while I was like, I'm kind of over it. It's not really keeping me here. I don't play games online. Like I no longer do like the competitive like gaming or like online play for a lot of games. So like I don't have an incentive to keep paying this. And then 2, it was really when they increased it by like 30, 40%. It went from like 60 to 80.
Yeah, I feel like they increased it twice. Not back to back, but it felt like it was back to back. Because then I remember reading an article about a guy who paid for like 10 years of PlayStation Plus subscription just to save himself from the price jumps.
It was wild. And then too, remember that like, y'all shit was free.
Yeah.
This shit used to be free.
Until they got hacked.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Until they got hacked. They got to up the money so they could get better protections on their servers.
Yeah, and they used to make fun of Xbox for that. Like, oh yeah, you don't have to be online to play games for us. But now you do, yeah. And if the internet goes out after an hour, it'll kick me out of my game. I'm like, bro, I own this game.
Trash.
I own the game.
is trash. So this is good that they're incorporating other products along with their subscription, which is I do appreciate that. I do like that they actually try. Like so me dealing with PlayStation and having somebody like Cordero vouch for Game Pass, well, like it's $15 a month, and you get access to the Xbox catalog,
basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is a damn good catalog.
Yeah.
And then now being somebody transitioning to PC gaming from over the past 3 years, like I still do the retro gaming. I still got my consoles. I still rock the PS4, but
the retro
now
PS4. Right.
Yeah. Now it's a retro.
It really is.
But now all I gotta do is just plug up the USB to the controller to the computer, and I can literally play whatever I want, like whether it was Steam, like legally or illegally. So
yeah, those emulators, there is no price on that.
It's wild, man. It's wild. Like
between the last episode, I had decided that I'm just gonna miss out on the Switch 2 for a minute. I'm just gonna have to wait. But I've been waiting for them to bring the GameCube to the Switch Online or whatever. So I just got my GameCube back from my friend, so I can just because I know I'm gonna that'll tip me over into maybe wanting to buy it.
Depends on what they offering though, because I saw what they did with like the retro N64 arcade. Well, like they had a few. I don't know what it is now, but like a few years ago I saw it. I had a few games I recognized, and maybe like one I never even seen before. It was like a third-person shooter on a 64 that played like Resident Evil 4. So,
they were supposed to be rolling out like a game a month. At least that's how it was when they were doing the Super Nintendo. They're like, each month you'll get a new game. And, if you don't log on for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you go on, it's like, a bunch of games flip on. Like, we got 3 more games since last time you've been on. It does depend. It does depend on what they produce. But
is it going to be Billy Hatcher?
That's what I'm
going to get that.
That's
Am
what
I going to get Double Dash?
Right. I think
Star Fox Assault.
I think they did show that it was good. I don't know if it was on the direct or it might have been just one of those thumbnails because there's a lot of, I don't want to say garbage, but a lot of lies on the internet. So I think I saw a thumbnail that they were going to be doing Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Double Dash, and a few other ones that I recognize.
Okay. That's a strong start. That's a very strong start.
That is
a strong start.
Man.
Strong start. But yeah, even Nintendo's fallen into the digital age too, where if I understand correctly, the cartridges really aren't cartridges anymore.
Nope. We just talked about that. Key cards to access the game you just bought. Right. You just spent $80 on a key card, brother.
For a piece of plastic.
Pretty much.
That doesn't come with the damn booklet anymore.
Nope.
That the back of the case is dry as hell. Nah, man.
But I'll trust Nintendo with this over anybody.
I know. Out of the 3, I'll
trust because it's literally, well, one, my biggest gripe, I don't have to worry about a license falling out, and then now I just don't have a game. So like,
right.
Now this is like 2012, 2013. Like my last purchase ever for Xbox Live was the Simpsons arcade game, and it was like TMNT Turtles in Time, but like when they first popped up on it, both Konami.
Yeah.
Bought both of them, played them. I'm like, hell yeah, I got that in my library forever.
Right.
When to go try to play it years later, shit gone.
Yeah. And they don't even give you no money back. They don't even really tell you. You got to find out. Man, so it sounds like you're mixed on it on subscription gaming. It's good that they're trying to incentivize it, but I just don't know how much they can add where it would fully go back to being worth it. I'm looking at this more of like incentivizing Webtoon creators to make video games, to kind of like, hey, you like all these Webtoons about JRPG? Play a JRPG on PlayStation.
Yeah.
You like all these, fantasy games? Well, maybe you might like a fantasy webtoon. So that synergy I can kind of see, and I'm kind of for. But
so you want more curation?
I do. I want more collaboration. I've always been of the opinion that collaboration is the way to go. Webtoon has also partnered with a video game company in the past. They partnered with Capcom for a contest with telling the best 5-episode webtoon for Monster Hunter Wilds. So they kind of put this contest out like, hey, give us a 5-episode webtoon in the Monster Hunter universe and we'll feature it. And they gave out, prizes and stuff like that. I think there was 3 types of stories you could do. You could do the hunter's first day, day in the life of a monster where you're just following the monster.
Okay.
And then another one where you have to create a story with some of the canonical characters, Palico, Gemma, or Alma. So...
you have to pick one of those three to base your
like
webtoon on.
Yeah, they're featured. It's either about them or featured in it. And they had a 5 winners in each section. So we'll post a link.
I hear the scheme.
It was nice. It was probably nice. It's pretty nice.
Because as soon as you said contest, I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool. Like if I was a webtoon artist,
right?
And I was also a huge Monster Hunter fan. I was just like, I got the perfect story. Just like, hold up, you gotta pick from these 3 that we were already going to produce. But we need somebody to get this started.
But maybe there's always that. And we did an episode for Akira Toriyama, and usually companies do that to give, platform to these up and coming people. It's kind of like an interview almost as well, but they also do it to like sell their own book. Like, everybody write a story for us. Okay, thank you for entering in for free. Come buy this story that we have, this compilation of 20 stories, Monster Hunter that we didn't have to pay for. So, so there's a little bit of that, but
it could be, it would have been even cooler if they would have built like an anthology of it, having multiple artists like put forth like a story, and then you kind of tell like what's that Star Wars?
Visions.
Disney. Yeah.
Well,
that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I do like anthologies.
I just found out, shout out to TikTok, there was a Garfield comic book anthology.
Really?
With him drawn in like
different styles?
Multiple different styles. Yeah. Yeah.
I have to check that out. I do like Garfield.
You like Garfield?
Garfield.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of last in the realm of movies, so I kind of was rushing to put this episode together, to be honest. So I don't have much in as far as movies, but keeping on theme with the webtoons. So this webtoon turn series, Shark, The Storm, based on a webtoon Shark, is set to premiere on May 15th as a 6-episode original series on the Korean streaming platform TVING. TVing. I don't know. So I wanted to ask you, because I know you guys, have your roots primarily in shonen, but how do you feel about like Baki and all these other like fight shonens, like where, they kind of have powers, but it's kind of more about the fighting than it is about the powers?
I love Baki.
You love Baki?
I love Baki. Baki kind of really got me back into anime.
Really?
When I started this podcast. Again, shout out to our first guest, Andre Thompson. Okay. Not our first guest. He's like the second.
Okay.
The second guest, Andre Thompson. He was explaining a scene of Baki, of the Netflix series that just came out. I was familiar with the 2000 series. Shout out again to my cousin Terrence.
Right.
Who watched that, showed it to me. I was like, all right, this look cool, but like, I don't think I'll ever go back to this because this was pretty fucking wild for 2000s anime. As for 2018, and I'm turning that on. I was like, yo, this the wildest shit. It's the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then the fact that they kept doubling down.
Yes.
Where it was like, all right, you got Bloodsport. Now you got kind of the Defenders of Japan type shit, where they got like, yo, these what was it, five death row inmates? Yeah. These niggas said, no, I want somebody to beat me. I want somebody to beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I enjoy that
right
shit.
now. Yeah. They go through that. They go to China and just start beating people up.
Yep.
And then just to switch it up altogether, the guy that helped them, Muhammad Ali Jr.
Yeah.
Everybody just start beating him up because he start feeling all big and bad in Japan. And it's like, we tried to tell you it was crazy out here. And it just keeps going. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Like some of the biggest pops we have as far as like social media clips comes from me talking about Baki.
Really?
Yeah, there's an artist named Jay Huda. I think he's like a French artist, but he had a picture go viral in 2020 where he drew a bunch of shonen characters in MMA gear.
Nice. Oh, I might have seen that.
And he was just kind of put it out there. He was like, who do you think will win? The original one had
with no powers or something, right?
Yeah, I was saying, I believe he said that too. And then I saw a TikTok video. Somebody was like, no powers, who's taking it?
Right.
And I'm in response, I was like, it's Baki. It's not even close. He's folding everybody. Like,
in one of our first filler episodes, we had posed a question about Baki versus Might Guy from Naruto, and our third co-host got very offended that I jumped to Might Guy. And I've seen I would say most of Baki. I've seen a good amount of Baki, but I gave it to my guy. But I think he might have convinced me, towards the end that the way that it would write is that maybe my guy would win at first, but then Baki would come back and just clean him.
It depends on how he's feeling. He might decide like this ain't my night to win, or like I'm cool on this. Because he, especially after that, the end when he's fighting his dad.
Yeah,
you saw that, right?
I did not, but yeah,
I saw the last episodes of that. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see any of the pickle arc?
Yeah, I saw the pickle arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I did not. Pickle arc, no.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the hell up then. Yeah.
Well, it's always I do want to do an episode. We might have you back on if we do an episode on Baki, because we were supposed to do an episode on. They had Baki versus Kengan on Netflix. Yeah. Did you see that?
Because people kept telling me that the King of Ashura, and they not, but this nigga is different, man. Baki is just, he different.
All right, well, no, we'll do an episode for Baki. I'll watch it, and then we'll get on and we'll talk Baki, because that'll be nice. I'm always looking for an excuse to watch a new anime as well.
you gotta watch Baki. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. Shit, that's if you like Baki, y'all gotta watch Kinniku, man, because it's the godfather for a lot of shonen anime.
Really?
For a lot of
Kinniku.
Cool.
It's a 70s anime. I found some of the original theories. It's just like it would be, but yeah, it's just as violent as like a Baki or King and Ashura. It's just a wrestling anime. Yeah, it's on Netflix anniversary series. Yeah.
Okay. No, add it to the list, man. It's added to the list.
Oh, add it to the list, bro.
Yep.
You never seen this?
I've seen it like his face, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Isn't that thing on WB, right?
You watched it?
I think
it was one of the last Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
It was one of the last ones. Yeah, Ultimate Muscles.
Muscles. Yeah.
No, I'll check it out. So the last thing about that, so like I said, they're
wrestling.
They're doing live action for this manhwa. They went straight to live action instead of in the anime in between. But I looked at it. The first season or whatever, it looks kind of okay. They describe it as bully revenge. Like you have a bully, you train, you beat up your bully. But they said it's like the best one of those bully revenge manhwas. So they say sharks don't have lungs, but they do have to breathe oxygen to survive. Instead of breathing air, though, sharks get oxygen from the water that surrounds them, so they have to move. If they stop moving for a while, they'll sink to the bottom and die. So sharks have to move constantly from birth to death. The same goes for you. If you want to survive, keep moving. Then you will be the best hunter, like a shark.
Wow.
That's deep.
Where's that coming out at? I want to see that now.
Like, I think not that Baki wouldn't work live action, but it'd have to be like crazy. Like it'd have to be it's almost like Undisputed. Good.
Okay. So hear me out. And this is it's a movie. I'm not sure exactly where it was shot, but it was an Asian production. It's called The Story of Ricky O.
Okay.
I don't know if it takes any inspiration to Baki or was Baki inspired by that, but it's that same type of ridiculous superhuman nonsense.
Yeah.
There's a fight. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll just send it to you now. I saw it on YouTube. I saw it on YouTube like years ago. I mean, like when YouTube was YouTube.
Right.
Like back then, when it was only like 200 videos on YouTube. That you just had to find them.
Right.
Story of Ricky. Oh, so you saying like if it would just depend on like how they do it? Yeah, because watching this, it was already done. Yeah. They already did it. They already did it back then. I swear to God, yeah. Because it was a prison fight scene. When I shit you not, he got cut in his forearm, like on some like cut the tendons type shit. Right. He toughened up and tied it back together, like on some like. Yeah, rip the shirt in. Pull the knot together, and this is all live action. Yeah.
No, check it out.
Story of Ricky O.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, but go ahead, keep going. I'm gonna try to find it.
I'm looking at it right now. That Ricky O stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty good, bro. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. Ricky O, The Story of Ricky, 1991.
Sending you a link right now.
Okay.
On Discord.
It's considered an action comedy.
Action comedy.
Yeah. He kind of looks like Baki, I ain't gonna lie.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he kind of looks like Baki, bro.
So it's already been done back then, and then you just gotta give it the serious lens of a blood sport, and there's Baki.
Right.
There's Baki live action, but who wants to produce that 8-episode series of like bloody MMA?
Damn, so you think it has to be a series, not a movie?
Underground. I mean, if we going for it,
Right.
fuck it. Yeah, make it. Why not? Make it.
Right. 8-episode series. I think Netflix will do it. We've talked in the past about Netflix trying to get on, not on the bandwagon, but they're trying to get on board with anime. They're buying up all the anime. They know where to hit to. They know Shonen is the one you want to start first.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, I definitely see it.
Yeah, nah, Netflix is getting it together again, slowly but surely. You see, they got WWE now with Raw.
Yep.
Which is like, you got me watching wrestling now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's it. So, ready for the meat and potatoes?
Ready for the meat and potatoes, bro? Let's jump in.
All right, meat and potatoes.
Let's grub.
Potatoes.
Let's talk about this solo leveling.
Solo leveling.
The phenomenon taking over the internet.
Leveling. When did it come out?
It came out originally, I want to say, in January of 2024. They still got him in the hoodie and the mop top. He don't like
So
that
it
no
did
more.
it in one year.
Yep. Yeah, because the season 2 came out
that's-
January in Japan, January of this year.
Yeah,
That's
but
some-
the mom
that's
was
some
been out for a
AOT.
while, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the manga has been out for a while.
Yeah. I mean, the popularity probably grew once it became animated, but the manga was still popping.
No, I mean,
I feel like
the
the
manga
manga
was-
is way much better than the animation.
That is usually how it goes. The manga, yeah, ever since 2016. The manga.
2016.
No, man, I think it was popping before the anime. I think that's why they made it an anime.
Yeah.
On Crunchyroll, they do have a 2-episode documentary that we do talk about in reference in the first season of talking about this manhwa or anime. That just shows you the come up of like this underdog story of a webtoon that was a web novel, no pictures. Then they're like, no, do it a webtoon, pictures, colorful pictures, exploded there. They had like a big Demon Slayer style movie release of the first couple episodes, fucking knocked it out of the park there. And then ever since, it's kicking ass right now, bro. So season 2 of the anime adaptation of the South Korean web novel originally written by Chugong. I want to just jump into it, bro. So what did you think of season 2? Did it let you down at all, or did it exceed your expectations, having already read ahead, or?
Nah, I wouldn't say it was as hype as people made it seem, being honest. I feel like season 1 had me on a chokehold. Season 2 left with much to be desired, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Not enough episodes, or what?
It's not about the episodes. I just feel like a lot of shit was cut off. Very important information was cut off. It was more aura farming than anything else, bro. Like that's what they were
That's what the
focusing
solo
on.
leveling is. I feel like he leveled up more in the first season than he did in the second season.
Yeah, but I just feel like that was like what they were just so focused on, just aura farming, just the whole fucking time in season 2. And I'm just like, there's so much other shit going on in the background. If you read the manual, you'll know like this is happening. Why was this not shown in the episodes? Like this is very important key shit to know for the future of where the anime is heading. I mean, us as the manga readers, we know where it's heading, but for you guys watching it, like, there's so much other shit. Like, season 3, I feel like they should dial back from the fucking aura farming and just jump into the story, because the story's going to get more in-depth.
Yeah, I mean, he already kind of like maxed out anyway, so.
He's not even close to maxed out.
I know, but I mean, it's in the realm of the show.
Yeah.
So I know you didn't get to watch too much of it, but
What did you think?
what did I think?
From season 1 to season 2.
So I think we're in opposite positions now. So at season 1, I was kind of like, I'm watching this and I'm hearing that it's the best anime in the world, and I'm not feeling that. And it being overhyped kind of did a negative effect to me, because I'm like waiting for it to be fucking breathtaking and like crazy, and it just never got there for me. So I'm like, this is the number 1 anime in the world right now? That's what you're telling me? And I'm not, like I said earlier, like I'm not super, super caught up on One Piece, but I'm like, damn, this dethroned One Piece for like, a week or two? Like, how did that happen?
One Piece been chilling the past 3 years.
At the
back.
But at the top, though, One Piece is still
One Piece
at the top.
but think about the last 5 years. Like
Right.
a lot of things that have come out. And this is diehard One Piece fan here. I had to swallow my pride to understand that. Like,
Yeah.
we're kind of cheering for ourselves as far as One Piece fans.
Hmm.
And then everybody's just kind of leaving the One Piece fans in the corner while everything else is gone. Because, like, to sit here and be like, yeah, nah, One Piece been holding it down, dealing with Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Fire Force,
Right.
Jujutsu Kaisen. My Hero Academia alone
Right.
was definitely challenging One Piece. And then
What?
AOT, come on, I'll say the last 2 seasons.
There was a point where I did feel like My Hero Academia was challenging One Piece, but not for that long, man. It was made for a couple of months, but not that long.
No.
My Hero Academia fell so hard, bro. It face planted to me, bro. It's just.
And I respect you saying that, being someone that you're the first person I heard to say that you didn't really like Wano because it was dragged out. And I was ready to ask you what was your favorite arc, or even just skip that question altogether and just ask you, well, if you thought Wano was too long, what did you think of Dressrosa?
No, I liked it, bro. Something about Wano, bro, it just felt too dragged on. Like you were hoping and waiting for the whole Luffy and Kaido fight, and that took fucking forever to get to. And I just felt like there was just a lot of moving pieces, bro. Like one episode I'm with Luffy, next episode I'm with Sanji, the next episode I'm lost with Zoro, and then the 4th episode I'm back with Chopper, and then maybe I'm back with Luffy learning or getting out of jail while learning the new hockey. I felt like I was all over the place. Then I was with Big Mama. Then I wasn't with Big Mama. Then I was like, God damn, bro. Like, stick with somebody. Where are we heading with this, bro? Like,
it was
Sanji's
like
running
years.
around the fucking castle like crazy. Zoro's here, then Law is here, then fucking Kid is over there, and it's just like too much moving pieces, bro. And
Oda was prepping for Wano for years with all of those elements you just mentioned right there.
Yeah.
It was definitely a cluster. But AOT going back to the One Piece having a fight. So many. You can't stay number one. You can't stay on top forever. And then in the last 2 years, you've had the big 3 literally come back. And
Right.
me, big 3 fan here, I'm Bleach all day.
Bleach all day of the big 3?
Big 3, I'm Bleach all day.
each other.
Okay, so let's get into that, because I don't know, like right now the big 3, and I have the numbers here. It is Solo Leveling, One Piece, and Demon Slayer. As if we're going numbers wise,
Demon Slayer still holding up.
Demon Slayer still holding up.
They've been off for a little bit.
Yeah, so when they fully come back with movies only, I think they will kind of be knocked out, because it's just a different metric now.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at movie numbers instead of looking at people who are watching the anime week to week when it comes out. So that's the big 3 numbers wise, and we had a whole conversation about what even qualifies somebody as a big 3. So if you're talking about the big 3, Jay, of today, because Bleach is still out, or they're still doing the 1,000-Year Blood War. But who's the big 3 to you right now?
I don't really see big 3 no more, man.
Wow, really?
It's just kind of
Archaic term?
much. It's too much out. Everything's in a season. So the minute I finish one, I'm getting ready for the next.
Right.
The way I've been plugging in series, as far as like when I'm watching, trying to figure out what am I in the mood for, forcing myself to stop watching stuff because something new's about to come out. Like I was mentioning, like this year, 2025.
Right.
So boom. I started the year off fiending for more One Piece, because it had been, at that point, it's been like at least a month since a new episode came out. Fiending for One Piece, got Kinnikuman Man Season 2, and I had to wait for Fire Force.
We waited hard. We waited hard for Fire Force.
Have you even started
For
watching
2
it?
weeks.
No, not the new stuff. No, 2 weeks. No, the Fire Force was supposed to come out last year. They had announced it was going to come out at the end of last year. We met the voice actress for Maki, the English voice actress, and I was planning on having her on an episode, but we just couldn't wait, man. We could not wait. And then they changed it. They're like, no, April of next year. And I was like, Man.
I was just happy to hear a date. I was like, so,
Right.
all right. Bet. And it's the final season. And I forgot that every season was like 24 episodes.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, it comes from back in the day.
Yeah, we in it.
Yeah.
We in this. They gonna end this off with a bang.
Yep.
But it's like, all right, so first quarter,
Right.
we got One Piece took a break to get they self together.
Yeah.
Pull their fucking pants up, because then Bleach is ending this year too.
Yep.
One Piece be on the back burner for a little bit for me personally. And so with that kind of dismantles the big three talk. And then the fact that I'm not even watching Solo Leveling, so I can't even say.
Right. I mean,
I just finished Attack on Titan, and I was like, I understand why y'all was losing y'all shit. I couldn't shut up. I couldn't stick my chest out and be like, One Piece the hottest shit ever. And I'm seeing everybody with a goddamn like a recon patch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The jacket.
On a book bag was the jacket, the hoodie, like
it made it to the Ninja Turtles. Donatello is a fan of Attack on Titan.
Bro. AOT took over the gas store in that episode with Gastor Amate. He spoke on how his kids, he was like, oh, my kids like that, and told them about the Attack on Titan on Broadway pretty much.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, so you going to take your kids to that? I was like, he had no idea what he was getting himself into. I was like, that's hysterical. Right. So to see that in a live form first and be like, y'all watch that anime? I was like, yeah, and it's way worse. It's way worse.
Yeah, I think Attack on Titan is maybe worse than Death Note.
It is bad. It is.
That's bad.
It's crazy. Yeah. When homie got it, when he get clipped by a Titan and he just get his foot bit off, I was just like, oh yeah, this is terrible. You to go out like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But AOT alone, crashing fucking servers, getting broken up into 3 parts to end because they just wanted to milk. They wanted to milk every cent of it.
Yep. They kind of did. They kind of did. They wasn't on no Demon Slayer of like, releasing movies and then re-releasing them in theaters or whatever. But I think they just didn't want to do the Full Metal Alchemist approach and get ahead of the manga and try to predict when it's such like an intricate woven story that you can't.
Respectfully.
Yeah. Game of Thrones thought they could do it. They're like, no, we got it. We know Game of Thrones. We wrote 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. We got the rest. And they fucking crashed and burned. So
I ran into that with this series I picked up about a year or 2 ago. Black Cat. It's old. It's an older 2000 series.
I heard of that.
I did hear about it. I heard about it recently too, actually.
It's a nice blend of Cowboy Bebop and Trigun.
Yeah.
We started reading it and then also like was watching it at the same time. Yeah. And then immediately saw that like, okay, so they condensed some things, but this is the show. So they're still doing what happened, but just kind of in like a different direction. But it's only 24 episodes versus the manga is like 186 chapters.
No.
So it just takes it somewhere else completely.
Damn, I was like, who did I hear that from? I heard it from you, man. I heard it from your podcast. The most recent episode. I was like, damn, somebody was talking about that. All right, so I do get where you're coming from. With so many different animes, it's not like there's only 3 anime, and you have to pick the big 3 off of those.
Yeah,
like kind of how it was before.
What's recent, what's popping now, what's controversial, what everybody's talking about.
What's your personal big 3 right now? Or like, when I ask people, I'm like, what's on your watch list? Like, show me your watch list, and then we just kind of go back and forth.
But I feel like One Piece will always be top 3.
Always.
I don't think it's falling out, bro.
Currently, it's an easy like
top 3.
Yeah, somebody will put that in there. It's very easy to put that in there.
Even when people say like, "Oh, I'm putting it in the back burner," like the stove has 4 sections.
Yeah,
it's still top 4. Like it's still on the stove, bro. It's not even done cooking so far. It's still on the stove. It might be even in the oven. Just cruising.
It's hard. It's hard to get rid of, especially now with the animation. It's hard to just push it.
Yeah, I just saw
let it chill.
I just saw the last 2 episodes, and goddamn, bro, I haven't got like spine chills
from One Piece in a while. Like when I saw that first episode came out, Luffy versus one of the lightning guy. He kicks him.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, like Astro Boy style.
I saw the whole thing, and I was just like, One Piece forever be top 3, bro. It just I can't.
Wow. When Zoro and Bakenwano, when Zoro fought King, the pterodactyl dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, y'all just got money now, huh? To just be throwing it.
No, they got money, bro. Now they got money. They're
Good.
just making animation crazy, bro.
Good.
I'm like, this not even the final battle of this. This isn't the end of the arc. We've got like 20 more episodes left, probably.
But yeah.
This isn't the end of it, and you went dumb for like a full 12 minutes. You've never done that before. So,
Nah, bro. But they did Sora right, bro. They did Sora right. They gave him his time to shine. And Sora is one of my favorite characters when it comes to like One Piece, bro.
Yeah, is it?
He is. He is 100. When he comes out, just straight up 3 swords, bandana on, ready to go. That's how I know. I'm like, bro, that's the goal right there, bro. Sometimes I feel like he better than Luffy. And that's just me saying that,
fights,
bro.
low key,
Zoro has better fights than Luffy, bro.
If they not as Luffy's.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's high key to me, but Zoro is like is damn near like he got better or just as good like
Bro, he got
final
that
battles with
demon aura in him, bro.
it's
different,
for, yeah,
Zoro, bro.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, it's definitely wild. So yeah, I usually now I try to focus on like
Watch list over like a big
watch list, or like I go really, really specific with like, all right, so it's like this is a question I want to ask guests.
Yeah.
Well, as far as specifically with shonen, new gen shonen anime, it's like out of like the current ones, and I'm gonna try to just name the ones that have been animated now. It'll be a brand new episode. What do you turn into first? You got Black Clover, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, Fire Force, Chainsaw Man. I'll throw in Kaiju number 8 in there. So that's 7 right there. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing some. I could even say Sakamoto Days.
No, you can take that off. You good.
No.
Okay.
Spike's family? Spike's family?
You can take that off. It might be on somebody's list, but
Right.
you can take that.
Solo leveling.
Yeah, you go.
Solo leveling?
That's 8 choices right there.
Right.
And it's like, and that's 8 hard ass choices to pick out of to be my favorite 3. And like, it's very interchangeable at any second. Where like Jujutsu Kaisen would have been my top, but then I saw the last season of My Hero Academia. I was like, that was damn good.
So would you say maybe we're just living in an era right now where maybe there is no such thing as the big 3? Since you say it could be interchangeable at this point. It's like something new comes along the way that just builds up on hype, like Solo leveling, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, is this now the big 3?
Well, because I know big 3 came from like basketball or whatever, like the big 3 basketball players. And now when there was not that much anime after Dragon Ball, it's like, who's the next big 3? Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
Yeah.
So yeah, like even just changing it to the big 5, top 5, like top 5 rappers, like that, like you're just kind of having to widen it because there's just so many.
People could still definitely have their own big 3.
Yeah.
Especially talking to people when they consider Hunter x Hunter big 3. And I was like, huh? Like, I didn't even know people would even like think that. So,
I mean, you can ask. I feel like we had that problem the other day. We were at a con, and we had to ask one of our fans, what his big 3 was. And god damn, it was hard for him to put that shit
I know, because
together.
he's like, what are you talking about? Most influential, longevity, highest numbers,
It was like, nah, bro, just what's your big 3? And he just like, well, and it was like almost like a 5-minute conversation for him to just put together something. I was just like, then fuck it, bro. At that point, I was like, fuck it. What are you watching? What's on your playlist?
I mean, it's tough,
It's
man.
hard, man.
I can't even answer Jay's question. Like, he just gave me like 10 animes to pick from, and I, even though I'm not watching Chainsaw Man, I like the anime or the manga. I like Kaiju number 8. I was very surprised that I was gonna like that, so I put that up there. I do like Solo Leveling. I can't cap all the hype. I do like it. I do like it a lot. I was hyped each episode. It was easy or anime for me to binge because I did want to know the next one. I'm like fucking fighting sleep trying to watch this. Once the Demon Slayer comes back with the movies,
oh, that's gonna take over, bro.
I think that's gonna take over as far as
All of those series came out in the last 10 years.
Right.
All of that heat came out in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, like I was a Black Clover hater and then got converted.
What converted you? Because I hear a lot of shit when
movie,
it comes with Black Clover, man. It's like a hit or miss.
I'm not a hater, but I'm kind of there. I'm like,
People don't like Asta because he's too loud. He's just too plain of a main character.
I don't know what it was that brought me back to it. I really don't, because I'm trying to think like what really brought me back, because I was just done, because it was dubbed and sub.
Right.
I gave it probably like 4 episodes. I was even sold when he was doing his trials with no magic,
Right.
just crushing niggas with a fucking blunt sword. I was like, I fuck with it,
Right.
but this dude yells. He yells too
Too much, bro. Too loud.
Too much yelling.
much.
Too
Yeah.
loud, bro. He's just too all over the place.
For
He's
me,
like
it's
that,
crying.
that
I hate-
little cousin.
I hate
that's
crying.
just so fucking old, like just hyper all the time. You're like, bro, chill the fuck out.
It took a second until
Right.
I finally got the rhythm of the show, which even that took a while. Like that took me to episode 60, but I like the overall like kind of rhythm, the timeline of the show. There's no real big breaks in between, which you like. I think I'm watching a filler, but like no, it's not a filler. It's just the next day after that big mission.
Okay.
And then the episode after that is the following day or like the same day until we figure out that. So it's like, all right, boom. They had a big fight. Asta's hurt. There's an immediate emergency. Asta tries to help, but he's still like the main character. But he has a handicap now, but he still gets it done. So now he's thinking like, so how did I become the Wizard King like this? Meanwhile, somebody's like, I'm going to figure out how to help him. And then the following episode, you meet a guy that's his former sword master. The guy that taught him how to use a sword.
Yeah.
And as this is going on, you're just like, where the fuck are we going with this? It was like, well, they just told you 2 episodes ago. Like, we're trying to figure out how to make him better to where all of this builds up to him getting his power up, his first power up within like the first 60 episodes. So once that kind of clicked with it, that there aren't any fillers, everything counts.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I think I get it. And then you just start liking it. And then you got other people, anybody get fucked up in that show at any point.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter who you are, how powerful you are, what's your status. They use the reanimation trope. So they take reanimation and just turn it into reincarnation. And now they like when they did that, they had me start thinking like, all right, so how would I apply this to Naruto? Because that's how I kind of had to start looking at it through that lens. Like this is Black Clover to me is an amalgam of the big 3 itself. It kind of has a good balance of all 3.
Okay.
Of One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach.
Okay.
So it aesthetically with the black blade, the black swordsman with the black entity in them.
Right.
That's like Bleach heavy right there. The whole rivalry with Yuno.
Yeah.
And then him having going through
Sasuke
trials.
shit right there.
That's Naruto Sasuke shit right there. And then his ultimate goal is being Wizard King.
Right.
Being the
That's One
Hokage.
That's
I know One Piece.
yeah. The title alone right there is that, and like he doesn't have any powers. The motherfucker's built like a thumb. Like
Right. Right.
it's just
right.
it's just all strength. But yeah, he did reincarnation. So I was like, applying this to Naruto would be like, what if the 3rd Hokage was reincarnated in Killer Bee's body? So that means that the 3rd Hokage is now in control of Killer Bee, applying all of his knowledge of the ninja world when it comes to chakra, taijutsu, ninja tools and shit. But now he got a fucking tail beast with him and a lightning user. So I'm like, okay. So they did that in that show where you got somebody from the past unlocking somebody's true potential in the current present.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna give it another chance to that because I was watching it when I was editing, when I used to edit the videos. I was like, okay, I need something in the background, but I need something that I'm not really watching. Otherwise, I'm just gonna watch it. But I wanted something anime, so I was like, all right, bet Black Clover, and I was liking it in the beginning, but
So
it definitely takes a while.
I know, and I forgot that most anime is like that. I feel like
nauseous.
not just, but it takes a while to get going. It takes a while just to even find their footing or whatever. Like now we're in an era where anime doesn't really give stuff that much of a chance. Shows don't come out 24 episodes for the season. It's like 10 and under, like 13 at the most. But
They're not even doing weekly anymore. One Piece the only one.
they're still doing weekly? Yeah,
Still doing weekly.
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Black Clover tried, and then they're like, I'm not One Piece. Like
right?
I can't keep up with it. Like I think it got moved down to the monthly Shonen Jump. So yeah, it's One Piece is the last weekly one. Everybody else is season breaks or just the movie.
Right.
And
right.
then it's just on to the next series that we're doing. Or like, oh shit, this is getting an anniversary now. An anniversary movie or anniversary series. So So yeah, fingers crossed. I hope Ippo comes back.
We have a friend who's waiting for that. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
Figure anything's possible. Hey,
You gotta cross more than just two fingers, man. You need like a whole group of people.
And your toes, bro. You better crunch those toes together.
Right.
right?
Well, so then for Solo Leveling Season 2, favorite characters, favorite moments.
Shit, man. They so high focus on Jin that it's really hard to even give anybody as a favorite character.
Besides him?
Yeah, because he's just.
They introduce other S-rank people.
For a bit, that's the problem too, bro. It's like they're just so high focus on his story that when they introduce a new character, a new S rank, they're there for like a second, gone the next. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like, what happened to him? He either died off or he went to a different country or he went to a different agency, whatever the fuck happened. You know what I mean? So you don't really get attached. I would say my favorite character would be whatever Shadow Army we get introduced, like
right.
like Ingress, like, you know what I mean? That was, I would say, it would be like my favorite character. But then again, that is tied in with Jin.
Yeah, I think it still counts though. Just because I do kind of feel the same way you're talking about with the S ranks. Like, forget the fact that they introduced him like for a minute, or just to show them how strong Jingwoo is.
Yeah, they're just there to compare Jingwoo's battle power.
But it also, so at least for, you know, the way that they do it in the show is once you have your awakening or whatever, you're locked in at your rate or whatever, C rank, B rank, A rank, or whatever. So even these S ranks are presumably they just reawakened at S.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes it like, well, I'm not really that impressed anymore because you didn't really work for that. You didn't really earn that, you know. So even if you are like, you know, a big fire user, or you can turn into a wolf, or you can, you know, get big as fuck. Like, I'm not really impressed because I know that you were just born at that level.
Yeah, and you're there. I mean, you can improve by improving your powers, but you won't ever be higher than like a national rank hunter.
Right, so it kind of like makes it weak versus like at Hunter x Hunter, you know, all the other people, the end users, they have their powers. You can pick a favorite character in the vast cast of My Hero, Naruto, Bleach characters. But for this, it's kind of like that. Like,
you're just stuck with Jin and you just roll with him, man.
He's cool as hell, and he solos the show.
Well, yeah.
But no, for the most part, I kind of do not like any of these other characters. And even if you do find a favorite character, it's kind of like, you know, whack.
So would you say this is a protagonist-driven show?
Definitely. Because he has a homeboy, and it looks like he's about to become his own like little guy, his own little story, because he wants to break off from his guild and he wants to become like the captain of his dad's guild. So he's like, nah, I understand that Jinwoo was, you know, supporting the team or whatever, and that's how I got all my kills, and that's how I got to where I'm at now. But no, I'm the shit on my own, and I want to do it my own. And he does it, and he sucks, and then he just ends up going back to Jinwoo's guild. So it's kind of like, you know, I like that he's able to, and, you know, I should have said this at the top or whatever, spoilers for Solo Leveling, but he achieves one of his goals, and I'll still keep it, you know, because I know, and I do kind of want you to watch it. I mean, it's so quick, it's so breezy, but he achieves one of his goals that he's looking for, and it's like, cool. I'm glad that the story doesn't end there, because besides that was the only thing that he was like trying to do.
Yeah.
But yes, I do agree, or I will say that it is a very protagonist-driven story, which I think is kind of the appeal as well.
You think so?
I kind of think so. That aura farming, that's what people like about it. Like, it's almost like watching, not a Let's Play, even though that's what I kind of like akin to in the first time we talked about this, but he levels up like, you know, so many times, like in a fight, like
crazy. That's
a good feeling. So let's just go ahead and jump into like JRPGs. Every time he fights like a big boss, he'll level up like 3 or 4 times, and that is like a good feeling when you're playing a JRPG, like the EXP share, like just fucking clearing levels, like that is like super, super nice. And you almost feel like you're playing a video game and he's the character, you know, playing. So with the whole shtick of Solo Leveling being based off of JRPGs, Jay, what do you think is is your favorite JRPG, or even just RPG? And do you think that they could make an anime off of it?
Oh, 1,000%. There's so many RPGs.
Yeah.
Damn, it's a tie between Mass Effect and Jade Empire. The Mass Effect franchise, damn, I can't even say that because I thought of the Star Wars game, Jedi Knight Academy.
Academy, not Knights of the Old Republic?
No. Knight Academy felt more RPG than me because of like leveling up. But you might as well throw that in there too, because already that's all BioWare. You got You got Knights of the Republic. You got Jade Empire. Fucking Mass Effect. So I already like 2 out of the 3.
Mass Effect, man. I got paralyzed by Mass Effect. There was just so many things that I could do that I was just like,
so addicting. I think I've done I've done legit 3 playthroughs. I'm on my 4th one now. First time doing like the whole all 3 of them.
Wow,
like
really?
Doing the whole yes. I am
that's
that's
pretty dope.
Come on, it's a movie.
It is.
It's a movie. It's a fucking movie. And then within like a week or 2, I'm gonna be playing the second one. All right, to keep on today's theme and not confuse myself, I'm gonna go with a recent favorite, Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. That one broke me because I've been slowly getting away from my favorite genre, which is action adventure games. So the God of Wars, the Onimushas, the May Cries, Beautiful Joes, things like that. To just something different. And I went back and picked up, because I bought it before and then traded it for something else, and then went back and picked it up again. And it gave me what I always wanted from a Pokemon game, which was just let me collect, let me beef everything up, make it simple. Don't make it easy. Just make it a simple process. Just kind of rinse and repeat it. And I was always, and I'm always a advocate of speaking up of Digimon over Pokemon.
So we have an episode. We do have an episode where we talked recently to somebody who's a really passionate Digimon fan. Now, I actually have a Digi device on my wrist. I had to wake my homeboy up, before we did a lot of walking today. So this is it's from the Digimon story too, and I think this game, if I'm not confusing it, is also free right now on PlayStation Plus. Digimon Story. So I downloaded it. So this is not the visual novel. This is the RPG.
This is a RPG.
Okay. No, I have to check it out.
It's just a story. It's just a story in the world. It's not on some you're Digidestined. It's just you're here. Digimon are a thing. They've been a thing. We go on the internet. We interact with them. And it's the typical Digimon thing. There's a problem in the digital world. It builds out into the real world. You got to stop it. But this time, you got you walk around with 10 Digimon, 10, 11 Digimon on you.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I like about the system. So so what you do, every time you run into a Digimon, you collect data on that Digimon. Once you reach 100% data on it, you get to go load up that Digimon in your computer. So go in the digital world, you fight, leave out, go to it's like a home base pretty much, like the save station.
Yeah.
Boot up the Digimon. Now you have a War Greymon. It works like that.
That's pretty cool.
And then if you play around with it enough with the Digivolving and De-Digivolving, you can make any Digimon off of 1 or 2 Digimon that you get.
In that line, or they also cross?
Just off of crossing. So just off of it being only when you start off with, I think 5 different trainees, the most basic form, and then those splinter off, and then they all cross connect.
Really?
Yeah. So even though I got a Guilmon, I can still get a Metal Greymon.
Wow.
It kind of works like that's how Digimon's always been cool, where you're not guaranteed shit.
Right.
And then the show showed that and then if you're a shitty partner, it's gonna reflect that.
Yeah, you get the shittiest version of the Digimon.
Yeah, a real just nasty looking. It's that's not my friend. It's yes, it is.
Shouldn't have fed him all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you did that. Yep.
Yeah.
You fucked up. That's on you.
So yeah, so that once I cracked that, and then so this is what happened with that game. I had logged in at least 150 hours. That's how I knew I was in love with it.
Right.
And then I went ahead and beat it, and then immediately did new game plus. Yeah. And then the game makes it easier for you, giving you items to boost experience. But I was still running into a problem with Digivolve, and I explained this in an episode on how the system works. But I end up pulling what I end up doing in Pokemon all the time, one of these moves where you just don't use any items because either you forget or you're just too cheap.
I know. I have a fucking poor mentality even in the damn game.
even in the game, there are old Pokemon game files where I would have elixirs, never use a Master Ball.
Yeah. Saving for what? Yeah.
For nothing. I already caught the box cover Pokemon with an Ultra Ball, so I'm good.
Right.
But But yeah, like, so I did that. But in this game specifically, they got item manipulate stats, and stats play a huge role into digivolving.
Okay,
Your
so almost like EV training
into later lines.
in the Digimon.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, but it's like yes, you intentionally have to do this. So like I said with the capturing data, where it's like 100%. If you want, you can push it to 200%, and then that gives you a better chance of having like higher stats with that Digimon.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you have items where you manipulate stats. I kept them, not realizing what they were used for, until like the last Digimon, which is like the hardest one to get because you got to manipulate. Well, first of all, you got to make them digivolve into something that requires you to have like a higher level at like the basic level. So like it's awesome if Totodile didn't digivolve. If Totodile from Pokemon didn't evolve until like level 50 the first time. That type of shit. Who wants to play that game?
Right. Yeah. I mean, some of my favorite Pokemon are like that. Like, I remember Flygon, it took forever, and I'm like, damn, I had to fucking fuck with Trapinch for a minute before I got Flygon.
It pissed me off to realize that I'm like, damn, that's how you get Flygon? It's like, I never wanted to touch that Pokemon.
Yeah,
I never wanted to touch him.
Yeah.
And right. Even Vibravia, I was like, that look like trash. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it looks too skinny. Yeah. Looks like a bug had smack on my leg.
Yeah, it looks like a pest. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want that.
But Flygon, flamethrower. It's kind of worth it.
Hard.
Okay, so speaking of, so my favorite RPGs, and I was looking and I was just like, what kind are my favorites? So I can't cap. After we did our Digimon episode, I do agree, Digimon, but mostly the anime and the lore over Pokemon. But I can't really say growing up that I liked a lot of the Digimon games because, like, how you're talking about 150 hours, like I put 200 plus hours into almost every Pokemon game that I played. So
Digimon's games just got good.
They just got good. That's what Snail was saying. That
they just got good.
They did just get good.
Just got good. Yeah. Pokemon is just a monster. Pokemon alone is definitely keeping Nintendo alive. Like alone.
Right. The international appeal.
They're keeping the lights over there.
Yeah, they don't need to talk. Your Pokemons don't need to talk. Digimons kind of need to talk. You kind of need to befriend them this way.
Pokemon makes you buy Nintendo consoles. Like,
yeah, yeah,
pretty much.
Pokemon. So yeah. But Digimon games, for me personally, they just got, because they always had the RPG.
Right.
And then they had the fighting games. And it was like certain ones were good. That was it.
Yeah, and I like Digimon Rumble Arena, but I know the community really didn't. And Snail says that she didn't really like it. She used a budget store version of Smash Bros. And I'm like, yeah.
We had it though.
Yeah, it was nice though.
We had it.
Yeah. So Pokemon, I got to give it to Pokemon for RPGs because as far as like hours, I haven't put as much hours in any other RPG than I did Pokemon. So
okay. Now I'm interviewing you.
Go ahead.
Favorite version.
I talk about this with my brother. My favorite version is Emerald, and my favorite Pokemon come from Johto, but my favorite video game version wise was Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. That's when I was really trading heavy. That's when I was really like fucking with the EVs. That's when I was looking at like natures and how they evolve, and that's. But I was just like getting more into the game, like the game of Pokemon. I was fucking doing the contests. I was doing the Battle Frontier. I was doing that stuff. I was fucking making puffins or whatever. I was all in that game. Where with the other two, the previous two, I was just beat the Elite Four. That's it. That's when the new game plus to me. But it definitely elevated it game wise. Emerald, and I do like Pearl and Diamond or whatever because it was easier. I didn't have to spend all this money to trade with my friends. You get the DS, whatever. You can mad people, or I think that's when they introduced double battles. Or no, double battles was in Emerald. Emerald, man, give it to Emerald. What about you?
Got you.
You like Pokemon at all, or?
No. I'm a fan because my brother, we're only like 3 years apart, so he was big into it. He got all the games when we were younger.
So you got the hand-me-downs?
It's no, I just never touched them because I knew how serious it was. Like I would ask, like, can I play your save file?
Right. Hell no.
Because like he would let me do it, but he would just show me just like just don't save it. I'm like, all right, bet.
Just don't save it. Right.
Yeah, so like it'll be the same file where like he's at the Elite Four. He's like, just use Quagsire. And,
Right.
like his Quagsire
Right.
would just body the fucking Elite Four.
Right.
My favorite one, Heart Gold.
Heart Gold. Oh yeah, I did like Heart Gold.
Heart
And
Gold.
Silver.
The first one I'll own a copy of for myself was Ruby. So they might have my favorite Pokemon. It's between Sinnoh and Hoenn. Ruby and Sapphire was just fire. Marshtomp, Draco.
Right, and Blaziken. What?
But
What?
those three starters alone, just magic right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Game changer. And then how it will humble you so quick in that game too. So like walking around with Mudkip, I'm like, nothing could beat me until you run into a fucking Rosalia. And I
Right.
was like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Quadruple damage.
Yeah. But yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, my favorite games, and then favorite Pokemon. You know what? I'll give it to Sinnoh.
Senna?
Yeah.
And then we did have the episode with about Akira Toriyama. I do like Chrono Trigger, man. I think Chrono Trigger is so fucking fire. I don't dislike
Still haven't
Final
played it.
Fantasy, but I just always, growing up, I just liked it more than Final Fantasy.
I still haven't played it. I need to play it.
It's good. It's good. I've been looking for a DS so I can play it on the DS. That's how I want to do it. I have the emulator on my phone, the Delta app, but it's not the same, man.
It don't hit right.
It don't hit. I can play Pokemon because it's kind of like low. I can, if I stop moving, the world stops moving in that game. But in any other game, I can't really play it on my phone. I can't. I know it's a big thing in Japan. Everybody's playing on their phone. I just can't do it, man. I cannot do it.
Not every
Physical thing on you.
I have the console, man. I have the console.
It's not too bad walking around with a DS,
Right.
like a SP nowadays. I don't understand how some people will walk around with a whole Switch, even if it's like a Switch Lite. I'm like, this is too big.
Right, kind of.
Yeah, too big. Speaking from a standpoint like in the Northeast, like commuting and stuff, I'm like,
Right.
it's too awkward, too big, too snatchable. Like,
Right. Yeah, girl, that shit right from you. Right here.
yeah, you could just easily take that off of somebody, but.
And the last one I have is Skyrim. So Skyrim is the reason that I actually like Solo Leveling Season 2. Because like I said, at first I was just like, whatever, I get it. He's the fucking best. I haven't seen another protagonist who is the worst become the best. But when he became a necromancer at the end of the first season, that's when I was kind of like, all right, this is kind of interesting. And I did think it was kind of lazy that he's the only one who can level up. But then I get it that there's a reason for that we're trying to figure out as well. Don't worry about it right now. Just watch him level up, and then you can watch him figure it out. But I'm in Skyrim. Like the way I play Skyrim is the way he is in that damn anime. Spell, sword, magic, but also stealth, but also swords, everything. Conjuring, I would always conjure before I do anything. Conjure my familiar, conjure my sword, get my shit ready.
I can see that. Yeah.
That's the reason that I like Solo Leveling. So to jump all the way to the end, I did like this second season. I liked it a lot more than the first one. I think
That's dope.
I think it does deserve the hype because it is pretty good.
What did you think about the final battle, Jin versus Biru, the Ant King?
So it's kind of spoiled for me that it's kind of like one-sided. I kind of knew it was going to be like that, but I saw some behind-the-scenes stuff about the English voice actor. So when you watch the Crunchyroll documentary on Solo Leveling, they detail how what makes it so special as well is that at every level, everybody's involved in the creation of the story. So it kind of is like that also with anime, but the people dubbing it have a lot more control than normal, English people who dub anime. So he was going into stuff that he liked from the manhwa that he was able to bring into the anime. So to answer your question, how did I feel about that last battle? I mean, it kind of washes over you, to be honest. Yeah, he's the best.
Was it the fight of the year? Would you give it?
No.
No, right? Okay.
No. The animation style, I heard you had the Black Ramen podcast on, and they were talking about how Solo Leveling has trash animation. Man, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if they said it that exactly, but
It sounds like something Patty would say.
I think so. She is super strong. Her opinion is strong as shit, bro.
That sounds like something she would say.
I think so. I think she's the one who said it. And I kind of have to disagree a little bit because ever since we talked about it at the con, ever since Demon Slayer came out, animation has like a bare minimum now that you kind of have to meet. And Fire Force has been doing this before, where their sound effects are really what sells it, and the effects of like the glow, everything's kind of dark and dusty, but that glow really shines through. Solo Leveling does have that, where his eyes basically, and the ant's eyes kind of like the aura kind of like leans, and you can track it. And you could track it through the fights as well. So I do think it has really good animation. I don't know if I'd put it above anything else, but I think it does not skimp on the animation.
It was straight, bro.
Straight, you think so?
To me, it was straight. It was straight. It was
kind of quick.
It was quick as hell, bro.
I know. It's bittersweet.
In the manhwa, it's drawn out so fucking good.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Oh, so much better.
Okay, well.
I was kind of disappointed in the actual animation itself.
Really?
Because of coming from the manhwa to seeing it.
Really?
I was just like, it wasn't there, man. It just wasn't there. And it was quick. And
it's so quick.
I saw it when it first came out, like the episode. So my shit was lagging.
Oh, really?
Hard. This is the first time I've ever seen something lag this fucking hard, bro. Like, it kept stopping every 2 minutes and loading for like 5 minutes to watch another 2 more minutes of the fight. I said, fuck it. I'll watch it tomorrow. I ain't even gonna front, bro. But to me, it was like, it was all right. It was all right.
It's bittersweet because I do like that shows are like this now. Like that it's quick and I can watch it, get a lot of it, and kind of be done. I kind of like it when they turn seasons into movies, like the Attack on Titan. The last couple episodes, they turned that into a movie.
It works so well. It works so well.
I believe it because just get to it, like straight lines, kind of. Sometimes I do like the world, like, we talk about Naruto, like so much of it is filler, but that's because they're trying to flesh out these other characters. But I don't know, man. I did kind of like it.
I'm glad you liked it, bro. I'm glad you hopped onto the bandwagon.
I did. I kind of did, and I was resistant. I don't want to say I was a hater, but I was just like, bro, what the fuck is everybody talking about, bro? You act like there's not other animes out. Like, I liked Mashal season 1 more than I liked Solo Leveling the first time. But I will say Solo Leveling's kind of getting up there for me.
It's good, bro.
I can't be a hater. I can't be, I have to be objective. And I liked it. I had a good
But I feel it's going to get way much better. It's going to get way much better. The storytelling is going to get way much deeper.
I believe it.
Than just Jinwoo leveling up.
And my last thing about that is Solo Leveling a true Isekai? So I listened to, a lot of you guys' episodes. You too. You and the Black Ramen podcast. They talk about how it's not really an isekai. You can't consider it an isekai because to be an isekai, they say you have to be stuck in this world. So
when did that become?
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Oh, and then you got to get hit by the
not that you have to get hit by the truck, but
the white truck.
The stuck part is what the isekai is. So even taking it all the way back to Inuyasha, like whenever they can like jump back and forth, that's when it doesn't become an isekai anymore. But I don't know if I agree with that because
I don't because we did a whole episode on isekai that was never released.
Yeah,
but
we weren't able to release it.
But we talked about it, and I don't think there was a part where it says that you have to be stuck in that world forever. Like there's just no way out.
Right.
I think isekai is what it's mentioned, jumping into a different world and, living in it or whatever, or being able to go into a whole different dimension, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is kind of an isekai because Jinwoo and a bunch of them enter dimensions into a different demon world or different. Not every dimension they enter into is like the same. You have a part where he was like... Where he was like in the forest. You have a part where he's in some type of mountains, or he's in the demon realm of like multiple levels of buildings and shit. Like it's different.
Yeah.
Every realm he jumps into is different.
Well, so I know that there's like supposed to be 4 types of isekai, which not right now it's telling me 3. It's just so soft into all these different. It's not really a shonen, even though I think it kind of is. It's not really an isekai. It's not really aura farming. It's kind of like just a little bit of everything, which is what I think is a big strength of the show. So do you think? So you're saying it is an isekai? It is an isekai
to a point. It could also be an isekai because they're bringing certain aspects into a certain world. Like, I mean, technically it's a regular human world, and then eventually some people end up getting powers.
Right.
Like
so
vice versa.
That's where the isekai comes to them.
The isekai comes to them.
Right, but it's like very soft because now everybody's just stuck in that level.
Yeah.
Though.
But then you have like, there was an episode where like orcs come out where they attack a sister.
Right.
And that's like an isekai coming to them.
Yeah, or
because they've never seen
not
these
Delicious
monsters.
in Dungeon, or maybe it is Delicious in Dungeon, or like I forget what we did it in our isekai episode. there's an isekai or whatever where you go into a different world. There's like a door that pops up and then it comes out of nowhere and then you go through the door to go to this restaurant. I forget what it's called. I think it's a restaurant from another world or whatever. But that has a portal where you jump back and forth. So I think that they were just worried that this would eclipse all the other isekais because recently Crunchyroll added a best isekai section to their awards. So where before it wasn't kind of like, offshoot of anime, but now it's kind of like getting into the main stage. I just don't think that the isekai community wants solo leveling
in that genre.
That's the way I'm hearing it from people on the inside. I mean, what do you think?
I always thought it was just you being in another world or like space, or even like isekais just having like an aesthetic almost. Some of them, or like it feels like an isekai, like Chilling in My 30s. You heard of that series?
No.
The full title is, I swear to God, it's Chilling in My 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army.
Oh, I see it here. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one. I haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
So it's realizing that you were in the wrong position like your whole life.
Yeah.
But you made that position work. And like once he went off into the right space, it was kind of like a flip. I saw that as an isekai, like from watching that. It was just like, no, that's not an isekai. I'm like, all right.
Right.
But then you say, like Inuyasha, they don't count that as an isekai. I'm like, well, what are we talking about? So is Digimon not an isekai now? Like,
right. Yeah. Right. I think it is. I think it is. Well, I don't know.
Does it cancel it out now because they made it back home and they had to
you gotta be stuck there, man.
They keep the balance between the two worlds. Is it a problem now?
Right.
It's just kind of like that one rule is just kind of like broke everything because once I learned of the isekai genre and this might explain it, I was like, oh, I've been watching them forever. Fucking
right. You can consider almost Futurama as an isekai. It goes into the world of the future. So when you were saying so isekai doesn't always necessarily mean fantasy or video game.
So is Rick and Morty an isekai? Because he's jumping from one dimension to another.
Well, I think that's what I think that's what introduces
canonically, our Rick and Morty took over another dimension, so they're in another
world.
They're in another world pretending to be that world's Rick and Morty.
I think that is exactly why, because then anything can be an isekai.
Yeah. So they just want to like put more permanent rules to like what really separates isekai really is.
I think they're just kind of leaving it to these long titles,
As long as you have a long title,
as long as the plot is a title, then it's an isekai.
All right.
I assume it's an isekai myself. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So is Shield Hero not an isekai because we know he goes back eventually, right? Like
eventually, but I mean
that is an isekai because they were summoned too, right? Like if you're summoned,
that's
or if you're hit by the white van truck,
right,
and then reappear into another world, like there's like certain aspects that could consider you like an isekai. I don't know, man. That's a good conversation to have, man. So what is considered an isekai?
Yeah, is it an isekai?
We need actual guidelines because
I think so.
You're messing with my childhood, right?
Man. You're like, man, I hate isekais, but bro, you've been watching isekai your whole life,
right?
Your whole life.
You gotta rethink your whole existence, bro. Like, damn, you're right. Shit.
Even live action movies. This is a deep cut, a terrible movie called Warriors of Virtue.
Okay.
Isekai.
Warriors of Virtue.
Yes, I'm not recommending anybody watch it. It's a terrible movie when I tell you this.
Hey man, I like bad movies sometimes, Sometimes you gotta watch a bad movie.
Well, I hope you like Kung Fu fighting kangaroos. I hope you like that.
I do like that.
I hope you like live action Kung Fu fighting kangaroos. Warriors of Virtue. Yeah.
Give me a lot of homework,
that was an isekai. What Martin Lawrence Black Knight, is that not an isekai?
That definitely an isekai.
Oh yeah, that is an isekai.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. You're right, man.
Very nice.
Back to the Future, is that not an isekai?
Yeah.
Is time travel considered an isekai? Like,
he got stuck. He
did get stuck, and the world was different, especially if you look at when he goes into the future, like the future in the second one. It's almost like the whole anime conversation itself. Like, what is anime? It looks like anime, but like you kind of have to feel it.
Like Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry, yeah.
Is it anime?
No.
Well, with that one, we got to start giving ourselves some credit over here in the West with certain things. Like we got the DC animated universe. We got Invincible.
I love the DC animated universe. Those movies, they connect ever so slightly. It's so fire. It is so underrated. It is fucking amazing.
We got Invincible now.
Yeah.
Netflix is going crazy with the Castlevanias. And,
Castlevania's so good, man.
like we got too many series over here. Like I didn't even really go to the cartoons like that. They got like mature out of nowhere, like a Ben 10. They got serious and then like dumbed it back down.
So my friends get mad at me that I don't consider Avatar: The Last Airbender as anime, and it's not because I'm trying to hold it back from anything like that. I just think that cartoons are good. So, it does have a lot of anime inspiration in it, but it's just a really good cartoon. It's one of the best. If you try to make Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime, not that cartoons don't have any good cartoons, but like give it its respect. There's it's a Nickelodeon thing.
Original.
Yeah.
And it inspired other anime.
Right, exactly. So
fucking My Hero Academia, I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah,
it took inspiration from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't care what nobody says. You can't tell me anything different. It had to.
Right.
Had to. Screenshots, certain concepts where not only do you inherit the power, you get to speak to that person.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like full conscience up until when
I'm
they
glad you
died.
explained it because I was like really thinking about it. Like, how did the fuck did that inspire by Avatar? But then, yeah, you're right. The whole talking to like the future or the past people that had the ability, being able to reconnect with them, and you're right. That's
They both specifically got a shot where it's Aang and Avatar, and then you got Deku and My Hero, where they're looking down at the past,
the past lives,
the past users.
Yeah,
it's a same shot. I was like, come on, it's right there.
This is tough, though. I like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's so good. It's crazy good.
It's so like I can't wait for anything they put out. But besides live action, actually no, I want more. I want more live. Keep doing it.
Yeah, you think so?
Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep striking out.
Keep trying.
It wasn't a failure though. I can't say the live action Avatar was a failure. It did what it did.
It's a hard sell. It
is.
I think it could get better. You know what I mean? It wasn't horrible where it just fucking flopped, but it can get better.
Right.
Like you said, keep doing it. Keep doing it. They'll find their footing, and I feel like
I agree. Okay. I agree.
Maybe Korra. Maybe Korra might work.
What? No, bro. Leave Korra alone.
You like Korra?
I didn't like Korra.
You like Korra?
I didn't like
Get
Korra.
Korra. It was a hard swallow. It was a hard
God, bro. Korra was
rough.
the worst Avatar I've ever seen. Like, I don't know if that was intentional. Yeah. It was just horrible, bro. It's like, because they all start as a horrible Avatar. Like, you have to learn your footing. But Korra just, I don't know, bro. She was just on some other shit, bro.
Yeah, because she was nice at everything.
Right.
Before she became the full Avatar.
Yes.
Right.
She was nice at whatever she was. What is she? Waterbender? No, she wasn't.
Waterbender, yeah.
Was she a
was a waterbender.
Yeah, she was good at that. But once she found out, became Avatar, whatever, bro, I was like,
I'm the Avatar. Deal with it.
yeah, nah, bro. She couldn't master every other element the way she needed to master them. She just kept defaulting back to the waterbending, and it's just like, bro, you're the Avatar now. Like, how many times we gotta tell you this shit?
Right.
Stop sticking to the same mentality, bro. You're not just a waterbender. You're a firebender. You're an earthbender. You're an airbender. Learn the metal shit, bro. Like Tuff kept saying, you don't even know how to fucking metal bend yet. Like,
and then the story ain't help out either. It's like, you know what? We're gonna cut all ties from all of Avatar from you. It's like, damn, you just
when they cut up all ties from her, she's like, bro, you fucked, bro. Like, you can't even like talk to your old ancestors for help. Like, you just got to figure this shit out on your own. And even Korra was bad, bro.
Korra's
was bad.
We'll do an episode on it because I have to refresh it. I don't think I finished Korra.
And over here in the West,
right?
We got to take pride. We got to take pride in Western media, like Avatar.
Yes. Samurai Jack, bro.
Yes.
It's
Samurai
my pride.
Jack.
Samurai Jack.
It's my fucking pride,
I wouldn't consider it an anime just because give it to the cartoons, man. They need it.
No, I wouldn't. Even if it was whatever, anime cartoon, Samurai Jack is like top tier, bro.
Yeah,
top tier. Mm-hmm. The last season was fucking beautiful.
Chef's kiss, bro.
Chef kiss, man. They did it so perfect, man. To end off Samurai Jack's
journey.
It was perfect. Perfect, man. I even shed a tear after all the
Jack
shit
was
you
messed up.
did. After all the shit you
Messed
went
up
through,
out in the
bro.
streets.
Yeah, right. You're like,
No, it was hard, bro. I was like, damn, he didn't deserve that kind of ending. But I was like, it's an ending to any warrior, bro. No satisfaction. You just do what you got to do and move forward.
yeah, when your whole life is war,
Yeah.
peace is
There's
death.
no peace,
Peace
bro.
is death.
Even if you find peace, it will be taken away from you.
Well, so speaking of, let's go ahead and get to the last segment of the show, bro. So what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing. So Jarrod, let our listeners know what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing, Playboy.
All right. Let's go to the list.
Break out the list.
I am a Crunchyroll subscriber.
Beautiful.
Well, not only Crunchyroll, but also Shonen Jump.
Shonen Jump Plus is $2.
$2?
$2
That's
a month,
it.
bro.
$1.99 or just
$1.99.
Oh, okay.
They don't got everything, but they got a lot. They got a lot.
They have a lot to keep
They
you
got a lot.
occupied. I love the interface.
You know what?
I'll get messages like, yo, this new episode of Kagurabachi. That's a good idea. Shonen Jump.
I'm gonna throw this one out here. It's called Icehead Gill.
Icehead Guild.
Icehead. I'm gonna give you two. Icehead Gill. Yeah. It's very short. I think it was like 10.
Okay.
10 chapters. Very short lived. Like I wish it was more. It was very fun. It's a Norse mythology themed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like a villain saga. It doesn't look like that. Like it looked like some shonen jump. Like
It looks very shonen. Yeah. It looks shonen.
yeah. It's very cool. Couple chapters, fun time, and then next one's a sports manga, which I pray that it gets animated because it'll probably look gorgeous. It's called Dogs Red.
Is that the hockey one?
It's the hockey one.
Our editor in chief Oscar, he's reading that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we talked about it.
We did talk about it. It's been gone for a while. He's like a figure skater, but now he's a hockey player.
It's such a Disney movie, son. But like what really sold me on it when he got thrown into his first game, his gear that he had for the game was his granddad's old gear from like the fucking like 80s or some shit.
Okay.
So right at this point, he has the puck, he's like getting a position to score. Shit starts falling apart. So like he's literally like on like one skate. Somebody checks him and they do that whole like splash into the water and you're reflecting and
Yeah.
everything that got you to this like one moment. I was like, oh, this shit. I got to see this animated like today. I got to see this now. So yeah, reading Icehead Gill, Dogs Red, I'm watching Fire Force season 3.
Okay.
Of course. I'll give you one for that. And then currently just because it's coming out next month, Onimusha 2.
What's coming out next month? They have the collection coming out, right? Is that what it is?
It's just a rematch. They got a collection. It's a 2-pack. Well, it's just a 2-pack.
Right.
It's not all 3.
Right.
It's just a 2-pack. But 2 is being remastered and coming out in May.
Okay.
And this is off the tail end of like we're making a brand new Onimusha game coming out next year. So I lost my shit when I saw that news. I was like, but thank you so much, Capcom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We reported on
Now,
it. The guy,
the main character.
yeah, because they have an Onimusha, I think, anime. And
Yeah, that was random.
Right.
That was random when they put that out.
but they have the guy who's acted by or whatever, but they have him coming back for the new game that they're coming out with.
So it's a continuation of the series. That's dope. I fuck with it. So now you're a zombie killing other zombies with the yes. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. But I don't know about y'all, but the action adventure genre has been taken over by the Souls games from software,
man.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's the hack and slash.
It's like I can't. Bro. Yeah, it's been dead. It's been dead for a minute. Hack and slash been dead for a minute. God of War had to go RPG.
I know. And And when they gave you the Blades of Chaos, I kind of thought they were going to throw more enemies at you, and they kind of do, but not like how it should be, like a bunch, like you're just overwhelmed all the time, but you're strong as shit, so you know you're going to be all right. Mm-hmm. And I don't dislike the Souls games. I kind of don't like a lot of their aesthetic, just because that's not my aesthetic. I do like Sekiro.
Same.
But
Same. So I became a Nioh fan because of the aesthetic with the samurai and the Oni and things like that. And then Nioh 2, I was like, well, this is just Onimusha. Like, if you could just do this with Onimusha, like we can make this game will be like with Cell right now. And to see they just put Onimusha skin on like a Souls-like game. I'm like, yep, I'm back in. Because I almost got that Liza P game because it looked good. So, but yeah, that's I gave you 2 manga.
What's your kid, Lewis? What you reading? What you watching? What you playing, bro?
Reading. I haven't been reading much lately, but that's just the norm.
That is the norm.
Watching though, I just started watching The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch that, man.
Why?
I don't know.
You're not gonna give it a chance?
I mean, I'll give it a chance. I played the game so many times that I just can't imagine it being better than the game.
I wouldn't say it's better than the game, but it's really well put together. You know, and they try to venture out, so it's not necessarily just the game redone in a movie form or a show form.
Right.
You know, but Last of Us Part 2, watching it with my girl.
Oh, yeah?
She saw episode 2.
She cried?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. She's so invested, and I'm just keep saying, like,
Yeah.
play the game. Play the game. Yeah, I was like, play the game.
Yeah.
You like it so much, play the game.
That's the one I always recommend.
Download it, play the game.
And playing?
No, there's actually another show I'm watching on Netflix called Moonrise. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Moonrise.
Moonrise?
Yeah, it supposedly came out at the same time that DMC came out, but it kind of DMC took over, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was one of those like hidden animes that came out too. So I started watching it. It's all right.
It's all right?
It's all right. It's nothing crazy. And then what was the last one playing? Playing, just It Takes Two, man. We're still trying to beat it. My girl keeps saying, like, you know, how much more do we got? And then I'm like, I think we're close to the end. I think we have like 3 more chapters left.
Okay.
And then we should be finished. And we should be able to jump onto Split Fiction.
So I haven't played that. So
you haven't played it yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, but I see it now that they're trying to make that into a movie. So
yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, shit, the game's only been out for like, what, a couple of months?
Yeah, why wait?
Why wait?
Give
it a second, bro. Let it marinate before you start trying to make it into a movie. But whatever, man. They're going to do what the fuck they want. They ain't going to listen to us.
So you're saying don't make a movie?
Well, I can't say that because I haven't even played the game. So I can't even be like...
Yes or no?
Yes or no kind of guy right now. So...
Right, well. So for me...
How about you, bro? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing?
So for reading, still the same shit. The most thing that I've been caught up on is 2 Blue Vortex. So I'm still reading that pretty heavy.
Still reading that?
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I invested too much time in Boruto, and I was waiting for him to get cool. Now he's cool. Now it's paying off. I'm just reading it, bro.
All right, I think I might hop on to that.
How about it? It's good.
I got to borrow a question.
Yes.
What can I watch to get caught up to 2 Blue Vortex?
I think we talked about this.
Bro,
Skip Boruto entirely.
If you want more, you can always go back to Boruto. But if you read 2 Blue Vortex, and this is no spoilers, all you need to know is that something happened in the world where they think Boruto's the bad guy, and they think that this new guy, and I forget his name, but he basically switched spots with Boruto.
Kawaki. Somewhere.
Just jump into it, bro. Like you'll pick it up through context. They will do flashbacks of certain things, like certain people. Like again, this is no spoilers, but because he's being trained by Sasuke, so for whatever reason, Sasuke kind of knows that Boruto is Boruto, but he kind of doesn't because his memories have been hijacked. So just jump in, bro. Just jump.
Oh, they did the Madara shit. They did the white, Sukiyo, the whatever.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And it's good. It's starting off with intrigue. It might even be better just to jump into it. And so I'm sure you may have seen, Naruto versus the other guy. What is it? Oh my God!
I know you're talking about
Barry and Mo. You might have seen Barry and Mo.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But it was still like
that. Right.
It was like, what is it? Aliens?
Oh, I know.
What?
They elevate it and then they ground it. Just by making it a Boruto story. So just jump in, bro. Just jump in. It's not even that many chapters.
When they pulled out the cell phones, I was like, yeah, I'm...
I know. They got trains now. They got cell phones. Yeah.
They got shoes.
They got shoes. They got sneakers.
They got sneakers, bro.
So just jump in, man. And then as far as like playing, I was playing some Pokemon Arceus just because I'm trying to get ready for my big trip or whatever. I was pissed at that Devil May Cry. I don't know if you've seen it already, the anime. I was big pissed at that fucking show. So I am playing it. I downloaded the collection because I heard it was on sale. So I downloaded it. I'm playing it from the beginning. I heard number 3 is number 1 canonically, or what is it? Yeah, I guess canonically.
Yeah, it's 3, 1, 2.
Yeah. But just to increase the gameplay, I rather just do 1, 2, 3. So I'm just doing it like that. The way God intended, the way Dante intended. And I've been playing a lot more Marvel Rivals. So
you've been playing?
It was intimidating at first, but bro, I'm playing with Star-Lord. I'm kicking ass and I'm having fun, bro. So you have to stick to a character, and that's my character right now. If I can't play him, and then I play Scarlet Witch. She's kind of easy mode. And then last for watching, I'm watching the Harley Quinn show.
I hear a lot of good things about that show.
That show is so fucking funny, bro. That show has no business being that funny. It's so funny. It's so true to like the DC lore as well. It pokes fun at it. You know, makes fun of Batman, how he's like, not an incel, but he's like, this like cave dweller. He's in his mom's basement, basically, on a big computer. But he's still Batman. Yeah. And Commissioner Gordon. I can't recommend that show enough, bro. That show is fucking hilarious. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm bad, man. I'm going to have to hop on the Harley Quinn show, bro.
Do it, man. That's good.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about that show.
It's super good. It's crazy good.
It's funny how I was supposed to watch that show, and somehow I ended up on that kite, man.
I don't know why.
I finished it. You finished it? Yeah,
why?
I finished it. I don't know, bro.
Why?
I don't know. I was supposed, because that's what I was going to do when I was on HBO Max. I was going to watch
Harley Quinn.
I was like, Harley Quinn. And then the kite show showed up. And I was like, the kite, man. All right, let me just give it
it's got man in the title. Maybe might be good.
Wait, he got his own spinoff?
He got his own spinoff, yeah.
Wow.
He buys a bar and he's trying to save it or whatever.
Yeah.
And the humor is kind of there, but
Bane is there. Bane got this weird-ass voice. Yeah. And they poke fun of it, so it's kind of...
No, man, watch Harley Quinn. It's good, bro. It's good.
It has like a Family Guy, kind of like cringe funniness.
Funny.
You know what I mean? For Kite Man.
Nah, man, Harley Quinn is 10 times better.
He knows he all his superpower is flying a fucking kite, but that's about it. He wants to be part of the villain league, and he can't join because he's not villain enough. And
fuck that noise, bro.
But I'll watch the Harley Quinn, though.
Watch it. Well, that's the show, man. I want to thank you, Jarrod, for being on the podcast, bro.
Thanks, Big J.
Big J.
Fun time, man. Thank you. No problem, man.
Shout out to the Negro Jump Podcast. Follow them. The Negro Jump ENT or Jump ENT.
It's jump.ent.
Jump.ent.
Linktree jump.ent. Follow all the socials, Instagram, Twitter. All the fun things. Listen to us everywhere. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being a part of this, man.
Yeah. Hope you had a good time.
No problem. Anytime. Of course. Anytime, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm saying it live. We're doing a Baki episode. I'm going to do some homework. I'm going to wait till Baki's back in the algorithm, and then we're doing a Baki episode.
I think they're coming back, bro. Actually, I had a quick question for you, man. So I saw that you started your podcast back in 2019?
Yeah.
What made you want to do a whole podcast on anime? What made you want to start Negro Jump, bro?
So it was because I was trying to get audience for stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was on that wave heavy. By that point, I was 3 years in. Negro Jump is my third attempt at a podcast.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it was moved to New York 2018, a little bit after Cordero. And then after being here for probably like 8 months, me and him walking around, seeing that we needed to do more than just stand up, but wanted to actually like what we did.
Right.
And have it feed into the stand up.
Right.
And we were talking about the things we like. Him with like we both like anime. He fucks with like Godzilla stuff heavy. I like the other side of Tokusatsu with Kamen Rider, and then like the other things that we talk about. And so just kind of just had the name pop up in my head first with the anime, and just kind of went from there. It was just like I still need to do something else. I like podcasting. And yeah, this is my third shot at it. And as soon as I heard the name in my head, I was like, yeah.
That's it. That's the one. When I was telling people that we were doing this collab episode, they were like, is that the name of the podcast? I'm like, yeah, man, that's the name of the podcast.
And that's funny, though. Crazy. Yeah, what's crazy is I remember even explaining it to a friend on the phone with them, and then they asked their kid about it, and their kid was like, "Oh, like Shonen Jump."
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, he gets
Well, if you
it
don't, I feel like
immediately.
if you don't know Shonen Jump and you explain like, yo, I have a podcast named Negro Jump, they're gonna be like, what the fuck you talking about? Like black people jumping over shit, like struggles.
Yeah, it's a double dutch podcast.
Yeah, like double jump rope and like what we doing. But yeah, but no,
Yeah.
I get the wordplay from Shonen Jump to Negro
Of course.
Jump.
Of course.
Yeah, so
But anybody
So,
else would have been like,
yeah, so literally from being an anime fan to starting to perform stand up, doing podcasts almost as a necessity for stand up, and then that kind of just let me.
No, you're doing your thing, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
follow your dreams, man.
Yeah.
That's the beauty about this podcast stuff, man. Just talk your shit. But yeah, man. So this has been the podcast. It's been the episode. Thank you, Big J, for coming through, man. Thank you, Negro Jump. I appreciate it. And like he said, follow us on Instagram. We have a new Discord called the Norm Server.
We do.
Right now it's kind of private, but we're going to make it live so you guys be able to join. We're going to be able to post it on our Instagram page so you guys can click on the link and join the server. Where we just talk about everything that we normally talk about this podcast, but now in a server way, I guess, in a chat way about comic books, mangas, manhwas, movies. I think we're going to add a music section to it because I know we're a little bit heavy with music too.
Yeah.
So that's our brother number 3 kind of put that into perspective.
He did, yeah.
But yeah, for sure, man. Thank you again, bro, for being on.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me again. Anytime, man.
All right. And like we said at the end of every episode,
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
and we out. Deuces.